So today we're going to talk about how you can apply percents and use them to actually in real world situations. So one of the most common ways of doing this is if you are in a business and you're buying and selling something, if you go to a car dealer, the car dealer buys the car from someone, from the car company, and that's called the wholesale price. So that's the amount that they pay for the car. And then they add some additional money onto the price of the car and they sell it to the consumer. And that is the markup of the price of the car. So wholesale is the price that the vendor or the person who bought it in the starting point. Today we're going to talk about percent applications, in particular things that people buy and sell. So we're going to define a couple of terms here. The wholesale price is the price that the retailer pays for something, and the markup is the price that the consumer pays for something. Let me restate that a different way. So when you go to a store, the store has bought something. Let's say you go to a boot store, and the boot store has bought them for a certain price, and that's called the wholesale price. Then they add some cost onto there. That's called the markup. So they make some money when they sell the boots to you because it costs more. It's marked up from the original wholesale price. That's just called the profit, the amount that they paid, that they're making you pay extra for that set of boots. So in this example here, it says here that the wholesale price of something is $34 and the percent markup is $125. So the way I'm going to teach you how to do this is you're going to go ahead and solve for the amount of markup and then add it to the original price. So the way we're going to do that is, the 125 goes over the 100 because it's got that percent sign. So now we just have to say, well, the wholesale price is going to be $34 because that's our starting price. That's the 100% of the price. So I'm going to solve for the new price. So I'm going to do x times 100, or excuse me, 34 times 125 divided by 100, and that will give me my price. So that's going to be $42.50. But don't forget, I've got to add this back on to the original wholesale price. So it's going to be $42.50 plus $34. So my new price, the price that the consumer would pay would be $76.50. So in this problem here, we've got the wholesale price of something is $13 and the percent markup is 110%. So again, we're going to go ahead and set it up exactly like we did in the previous one. 110 over 100 is equal to 13 goes on the bottom because that's the original price. That's the 100% price. So then when we solve it, we end up with 14.3, or we would actually say that this is $14.30. So then we've got to add that to the initial price again. So it's going to end up being $27.30. That is going to be the price after markup. The retail price is what we would call that. Now for a discount percent, your price is going to go down from the original price. And if you ever shop, you know that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to subtract the amount of discount from the original price. I'm still going to set it up the same way. So it's going to be 20 over 100 because it's a 20% discount. And then the original price is 60, still 60 on the bottom, x here. So when I multiply that all out, what I'm going to end up with is x is going to be equal to 12. Since it's a discount, I'm taking away $12 from the 60, so 60 minus 12 is going to get us 48. So my answer is going to be $48. That's going to be the price I would pay, the retail price after the discount. This will happen all the time for you when you're out in a restaurant. You're going to pay for a certain amount, that's the price on the menu, and then you're going to pay taxes on it. And depending upon the area where you're at, the taxes are going to be different. But let's say you pay a food bill and it's $15, and then you know the tax percentage is 5% for that area. So I'm just going to set this up nice and easily, the 5 over 100, just because it's got that percent sign. The 15 goes down here because that's my original amount. I'm going to solve here. Going to end up being $0.75 or $0.75. So then I've got to add that to my initial food bill, and the total price of my food bill with tax is going to be $15.75. Another time when you'll use this a lot is when you're tipping. When you're tipping someone who's a server or is like a cab driver or an Uber driver. So let's say you have an Uber fare of $22 and you wanted to tip 20% because the person did a good job driving. So it's going to be 20. 22 goes on the bottom again, X on the top. So when you multiply this all out, X is going to be equal to 4.4 or 440. So the total price of the fare is going to be, when you include the tax, it's going to be $26.40. So that's how these can be used, and you will find that you will use this a lot throughout your lives.